from 2005 to 2008 is when Guitar Hero, the video game series, was releasing. And personally, why did they stop? I mean, this game was just so good and it introduced me to so many, like, it introduced me to such a different genre that I was listening to at the time. I mean, going from like listening to pop and rap that would always play on the radio stations, whether it was like 50 Cent, ASAP Rocky, maybe, I don't know, Alicia Keys, like going from that to then playing Guitar Hero and experiencing a whole new genre of music that I didn't even knew existed at the time was such like a culture shock to me. Now, growing up as Hispanic, living in America, right? You're always introduced to either Spanish music, obviously. You're also introduced to stuff that's not very so-called white people music. So what I mean by that, as a Hispanic, you they kind of force you to be cultural. Not in a bad way, but it's more of like if they see you listening to anything other than like Spanish music or like maybe rap, it's kind of looked at as weird. They kind of give you that kind of like side eye, or not the side eye, but basically kind of tilt your head when they look at you. It's more or less because I guess you could say conservative Hispanics look at white people as like very violent, racist, and also just like drug heads because, hippies and stuff. Never did I imagine that I would be able to experience what Guitar Hero has to offer. Now, the reason why I want to talk about this today is because I recently hooked up my old 360 and I was playing it and I was like, wow, this game still holds up to this day. And it came out in freaking 2008. I was playing Guitar Hero Aerosmith because I love Aerosmith. I love 70s rock and 80s rock. And I was like, dude, this is like, why haven't they made like a remaster? Not even a remake. Why not just drop the series again? Why not just reboot the whole series, and why not have modern bands? Like imagine like a Guitar Hero 4 coming out, right? And you have U2, Green Day, Red Hot Chili Peppers, maybe Linkin Park. Like imagine how cool that would be. Now, the reason I say this is because I was talking to my friend and I was like, wow, Call of Duty really fell off. Like I put my 300 hours in when it first came out, but after I got my camo, there was no replayability for it. Like I had achieved what I wanted and that was it. There was no other fun in the game. And truthfully, while I was playing the game, I kind of wasn't having fun. I kind of was just on a mission. I told myself when this Call of Duty comes out, because I had made a promise to another friend. I was like, I'm going to get the next Call of Duty because I didn't buy Vanguard. I made a promise that I was going to play it, and I was like, if I'm going to play this, I'm going to work towards something. I'm going to get the Mastery Camo. And once I got Orion, I kind of lost, like a need to play the game. And I haven't looked back since then. Now, I'm talking about these two games for a reason you guys might not even thought had existed. Now we know that Activision is a popular, developing company for Call of Duty, but did you guys know that Guitar Hero was also made by Activision? Now I was shocked when I learned this. I always knew that it was Neversoft, but it turns out that it was actually published by Activision. Just to even know that, it's like what even happened? Like, where was the disconnect during that time that they kind of just stopped making Guitar Heroes? I understand that, from 2005 to 2008 wasn't Call of Duty's most popular years. So that's probably why Activision just kept making Guitar Heroes. But I'm guessing during that time in like 2008 when they did stop, I think that was when Modern Warfare 1 or World at War first came out. One of those, but that has to be the reason why they stopped making these Guitar Heroes, because what else do we know Activision for? Now, with the exception of about like a handful of games like Sekiro, Crash Team Rumble, and Crash Bandicoot, they really haven't dropped anything, that's not Call of Duty since 2008. And that last title was Guitar Hero Aerosmith. Now, you guys might not even know this, but before Sony even had that deal with Spider-Man from Marvel, they used to make Spider-Man games with Activision. Like, look at this. Like, I got Spider-Man 3 and Spider-Man Friends or Foe. Like these are good games. Like they might, not hold up to this day, but at their time, they were really good games. Like I went back to play Spider-Man 3 and they had a whole open world. You might not have been able to go into the buildings, but the things that they have in the modern day Spider-Man games, I'm pretty sure they did the same things as Spider-Man 3. Like you could jump on top of the cars. You might not beat the bad guys out of the vehicles, but you could beat the car down till it stops and then fight them. And then you could actually, which I didn't even know this, you could actually jump on top of the police cars and follow them to the crime site and fight the bad guys there, which honestly, for its time, is actually pretty insane. Like they even had like a 3D mini map. Like it was good for its time. Now, I'm speaking on this because as we see with Call of Duty, of course when it releases, it's somehow always their biggest released history for some reason. Everybody keeps gargling over this hot doo-doo trash expecting something different every time. But if we go to these charts, seem to just not be able to retain the player base after a month after like its release. Like it's kind of crazy. Like look at this. Like it releases October 28th, right? So we see that I think it peaks at 262, then it goes to 488 the next month, and then after that it just slowly dwindles just like that. Like right now, I mean, the past 24-hour peak has been 88K. I'm not gonna lie, you guys need to like go to something else. We have like 20 Call of Duty titles. Like I'm pretty sure we could like give up on the series. You guys are milking the shit out of this. Like let's think about another series that's been running for like 20 plus years. Resident Evil, Silent Hill, Metal Gear. These games have been going on forever. Sure, Resident Evil might have also 20 games, but they take like 5 to 6 years between each release. Well, at least now they do. Like what was the how long did it take from Resident Evil to Resident Evil 7 to Resident Evil 8? Yeah, Resident Evil 7 came out in 2017 and then Resident Evil 8 came out in 2021. That's a 4-year difference. Call of Duty comes out every year. Oh my god, you guys are actually swallowing a load of trash. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm part of that group, but like, you guys got to do better for your mental. Because this is just, God. I mean, I guess that's why I play Destiny now. That game's been around since basically 2014 if we're going to count the whole series. And I think 2017 if we're going to count the second one. But yeah, man, like, is this the age for live service games or what? Because these yearly releases are not it. I'm telling you, like, it takes time to make a good game. I know they say they take about 3 years to make each Call of Duty title, and they separate it between like 5 dev companies, like what? Raven, Sledgehammer, Treyarch, Infinity Ward. I don't know, man. I think they just fell off. They're not as good as they used to be. And truthfully, I mean, the next Call of Duty could release, and I won't care about it at all. At this point, I'm probably only gonna play it for the story. But yeah, that's about it. I mean, I just wanted to talk about that real quick. It was just something lingering in my mind, but I just wanted to share with you guys. That's about it. Follow the socials, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, links down below. Activision, please re-release Guitar Hero onto PC ports or something. Like, port it onto the PC, Xbox Game Pass, please. Something. That's about it. Bye.